Alright, so in my submission video, we had, in the comments, I was asking people, give me ideas or fighters you want to see next. And there was a guy, I think it was TK Demon, right? He said, get finishes with every sub in the game. I said, why not? So here we are, right? Everybody has that mid-tier fighter that they, that mid-tier guy that they like most of the time. For me, it's Jake Matthews. And Jake Matthews has like a 4-star snap jab and a 5-star rear naked choke. So I said, why not use one of my favorite fighters that people don't really think about and show how dominant the sub can be. So for rear naked chokes, right? Look at our stamina. Comparable right now. I get a few denials because they're trying to wall walk multiple times in a row. We're going to switch to north-south because we're trying to fiend for the rear naked choke. It's 5 stars. You get a denial here. Boom. Big denial. Now look at the stamina. I'm almost full. He's almost at 0. Get to the rear naked choke. That's a 5-star move. You get another denial. And once you have a stamina lead that big with a 5-star move, it's a one-shot like 95 to 99% of the time. Now, that's how rear naked chokes work. That's how 5-star moves work with submissions. And that's pretty much the premise of this video. So let's try and get the more submissions, Keep the gameplay clean and, leave more requests down in the comments. So with that being said, we're going to the next fight. Also, don't be afraid to be aggressive on this ground.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Alright. So, rear naked chokes, first submission down. Second choke, or second submission, I'm going to go for arm bars. Because why not? We got Diego Lopez, and with every fight starting on the feet, which is the way I like to think about it in this game, try to brutalize people on the feet first and then get to, your submissions. Because if you beat them up to the body, beat them up to the head, and you start getting drops and things of that nature, makes getting the submissions easier. That's kind of, if you don't have good takedowns, that's the main way you're going to get to your submissions. Maybe dropping people, jumping on them when they fall, have those flat out falls where they're like flat on the mat and you get over to like ground and pound. Those normally have either arm bars, if they fall on all fours and they're like face down to the mat. That gives you, I believe, darce chokes and rear naked chokes. And there's just a lot of ways to get to submissions besides just blasting a double leg. Case in point, we just worked our way here, got an arm bar off. And the way we did that, it wasn't with the double leg, it was more so with the takedown bail. Now we went for a double leg, but since there was a stamina disadvantage in our favor, you tap R2 and you bail, you go up, you push me on the black line, you hold R1 and you press, when you're in orthodox, you press triangle and it takes you to full mount. If you press square while you're in orthodox, you'll just pull guard and then you'll just fall flat on your back, which, I mean, if you have good, your fighter has like high bottom game like a Tony Ferguson, a Charles Oliveira, I mean, go for it, but most of the time you want to be on top, not on the bottom. So always try to kind of, keep that in mind when you're game planning how you're going to get to your top moves, because that's all this really is. Get to your top moves. Now, Diego has real good power, good boxing in his hands, and good submission rating. He's a finisher, and that's how you kind of have to use him. You don't go out here trying to just go out, land high kicks, and land single legs and to take in the back. You don't use Diego Lopez like you use Habib, but you can still get the submissions by beating people up. Now, this guy had enough, and when I jump on that R bar, he leaves. So we gotta go to the next fight.
Ready.
Now, Justin Gaethje, right? Because I feel like people forget this, has a wrestling background, and most people in this game with wrestling backgrounds, they give arm triangles because that position is very common in wrestling. Just getting to the arm triangle. I forget if they just call it like a headlock in wrestling, but basically everybody that has a wrestling background or wrestling get-ups in this game tends to have arm triangles. I believe it's one of the most basic submissions. And right here, he tried to, I believe, jump the flying triangle, but if you hold R2, they don't get it. Like, that's all you have to do. You just have to hold R2. Now, right here, I see he's throwing a bunch of crazy spinny stuff, and he's trying to throw side kicks. So I'm trying to walk to my left so that the side kicks will miss. And then if he does any more cartwheels like that, we're just going to throw our rear hand, or we might throw a head kick and try to get a quick little drop. But like I said, this is a submission video, so you probably weren't clicking on here thinking to see Justin Gaethje. But he has good arm triangles. And one thing about me, with Justin Gaethje, especially if you see me and you play me and I have the green shorts on, I'm probably going to try and arm triangle you with Justin Gaethje. Now, we're going to work in the pocket, right? Because he's just moving his head. So if you're just moving your head to the left, I'm going to throw hooks, and then I'm going to throw stuff to your body and roundhouse kicks, right? It's going to immediately kill your stamina. Now, right here, got a little too cocky. Tried to hit him with a rolling thunder, but I paid for it. So right here, as soon as we rock him, we blast the double leg, because as soon as you rock people, the stamina gap you get, you can blast that double leg and you can get a free takedown. So right here, we're going to deny him. He tries to go up. That's up every time. Might be sprawl, might be full guard, but it's up. And then we get to the arm triangle. Right here, since Justin Gaethje has like an 84 submission offense, even though he has no stamina and we have almost full, his arm triangles are like level 1. And it still does half. Like, that's how powerful it is to have a submission, not a submission, but a stamina advantage that's that big. That's how big of a deal it is. Justin Gaethje has like 84 submission with 1-star arm triangles, and we took half. So, hey, right here, I know he's going to roll, so we keep punching so he rolls to a full mount. Go down for the arm triangle again. Next thing you know, get one denial off. That's it. He has no stamina. It's going to be really fast when we do this arm triangle, and that's it. Boom. Arm triangle is done. Also, you can clearly do it with anybody you want, because you're good at manipulating the system, but also this game kind of sucks, because I'm an arm triangling people with Justin Gaethje.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Now, Dustin Poirier, you already know what submission is going to be, right? Y'all already know Dustin Poirier jumps on Gillies. So right here, right, I see that overhand and I see 4 hooks. When you see 4 hooks, you know their striking sucks. No matter what division it is, that means their striking sucks. So I try to abuse his lead hand, so I'm going to throw a bunch of lead hooks, right? Boom. Every time I counter, I'm throwing lead hooks because I'm trying to bait him to throw them back, because that's what people tend to do. And then once they start really throwing them back, since I have a 5-star lead hook, and I'm throwing this to the body and to the head with a jab mixed in, it's going to turn into block counters. Boom, right there. That's a block counter. And then we're going to keep going on his lead side. He keeps throwing on the lead hand again, right? Now, I tried to block counter him right there, but he threw an elbow. You can't block counter elbows. Again, I saw the lead hook coming, ducked it, turned it to an uppercut, and here we are. So right here, I know we're on the cage. You hold R1 in square, and you get, or L2 R1 in square, and you jump that gilly. Boom, deny the hand a few times, have the grappling advantage, immediate guillotine. And pretty much, Khabib had enough. We get a denial off. That's pretty much the end of this fight. But we did jump a gilly, so, you know, I'm going to count that. Now here, I'm going into the practice just to show y'all in the middle of this video just kind of how this system works a little bit more in depth. So with Von Flues and arm triangles, you can use them to get to each other. And with me, I really do like Von Flues a lot, but the arm triangle is more so what I'm trying to get at, as you can see. So with the arm triangle, boom, it's right here. It's going to be on your right, or it's going to be on your left. So when you hold L2, boom, you have the arm triangle. When you hold L2 and L1, you get the Von Flu as the entry, right? And this is for people that I believe have level 3 arm triangles and higher, and that's the Von Flu. Now, the Von Flu is good because when people, if you get to a Von Flu like genuinely off of the counter where they go for a guillotine, if they go up from full guard, you can turn your Von Flus into arm triangle. So listen, boom, you get the Von Flu. As you see, when you hold L2 while you're in the Von Flu, you can pull the right stick down and turn it to an arm triangle. That makes this submission so strong they can't race it. And we have strong entries like that. That's like the key to great submission offense, because once they can't race it, you get a denial, it's over. You can just go for it. And then if they go for a heel hook and you hold R2, L2, and flick up to deny it, it puts you into an arm triangle, only from backside. So those are all useful tips for how to get to your arm triangles and Von Flus, because they're kind of exclusive and tied together.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Now, here against Dustin, kind of just got to go with what people give you. So, if we can get to the arm triangle, cool. If we can get to the Von Flue, cool. But there's still other submissions we have, such as like heel hooks, Kimuras, things like that. So right here, we're really just looking to find the pace because RDA has good kicks. So in that window, when they whiff, we throw that lead kick to the body because RDA has 96 kick power. He has that really good ducking roundhouse, and we're trying to get out the way. But when we stepped out of range, you know, the arm, I said the arm triangle, too many submissions in this vid. But the head kick followed us, which sometimes happens in this game. But that's okay. So we're going to work kicks to the leg, try and take some power off. Going to work some hooks high to get your leg kicks low. Again, when you land leg kicks, one, it takes your opponent's power, but two, it takes and gives you higher grapple advantage. It makes your takedowns more effective. So if you're ever planning on like really grappling somebody, working leg kicks and it makes it better for you, it makes their takedown defense worse. Also makes them a little bit slower, so it takes their power, makes them slower, and it makes takedowns easier for you. Really good thing to use leg kicks for. Now right there, what did I do wrong? I threw a kick in the pocket. You never want to do that. It makes it way too easy to get countered, and the counters are hard, as in they'll really rock you and or drop you. Now right here, had enough of that. Immediately take them down, turn it, and we're gonna work. We're gonna work from here, right? RDA has really good top control. He has workhorse. He does really good from top positions. Takedowns aren't bad, kick power is good, but the main thing here, we're looking for denials. We're trying to create that disadvantage, right? Now, he went left and I tried to race it. That was not the thing to do. You always just try to go for denials first. You strike to pass and you pass to strike. So if you're passing a lot and you're going left and right, eventually you can get that free posture up. And once you do that, you can rain down pressure. Now right here, he went up. And yes, you hold R2, L2, flick the right stick up, you jump on guillotines, and that makes it easy. Now right here, I don't know what he was doing. He didn't try to go for anything there, so I just went for it because he had no stamina to deny it. Only option was to race it. And for some reason, he let me get that guillotine off. Now right here, he's really in a bad spot, so he's going to go for the up, right? And since I was in a bad spot, I really just was denying up, but I was looking for something else. So right here, we jump on the guillotine and we let him get it because that was a weak entry. But I didn't want a guillotine because we've already seen a guillotine in this video. So we're trying to look for heel hooks now, right? Boom. After we get the denial off, we get to the heel hook. He has no stamina, so I just go for it. Plus there's low time in the round. And he was too slow, he couldn't race it. So we get the heel hook. Boom. Fight over, he quits, but heel hooks off the list. So, hey.
Ready. Let's do it.
Now, with Islam, what is Islam good at? Islam is good at Von Flues. He's good at arm triangles mostly because you've seen him hit them in real life. I believe he Kimura Dan Hooker, but he arm triangled Hanato Moicano and Charles Oliveira. That's where everybody says you can see Islam with all the back muscles popping out, and people were saying he was on all types of Mexican supplements. So the main thing here, you got to go for arm triangles and Von Flues. That's what Islam's good at. So Ilya, main thing here, you know he is good at power, distance, 1-2s because the snap jab is really good, and his calf kick, right? And you don't want him to take away from your power, but you also don't want to trade with him. So I'm trying to get into a predicament where Ilya overextends, right? So if you overextend and you're trying to get into the pocket, so I start throwing teeps to make him feel like he can't get in range. And then when he throws a kick in range, we always throw that lead hook because it's faster. But yeah, we're trying to throw kicks to, like I said, create that disparity in range. Because they're clearly only trying to use their hands. And when they go to the body, we're throwing up top. When he throws on my lead hand, we're throwing the block counter back. All this is, see, land the block counter, right? And then we land a little combo in between, land another hook. So the main thing here is to get the drop because he's playing too aggressive for me to just shoot a takedown. If I can get the damage, I'm going to take the damage first because that's just better. So we got 2 drops in about, what, 10 seconds? So right here, now we're just working. You're working, you're in control, you have the round. Nothing he can do to get the round back except for sub you at this point. And we're just going to take our time on the ground. So we're going to see if he uses the wrong hand, does anything too fast. Now right there, he went down, so we've got the denial. We get here, L2, L1, went for the Von Flue, but he denied it. But we deny his up. Wait a little bit, jump back on the Von Flue, and we're in there, right? Stamina disparity. We get there, hold our one. He didn't go for anything, so we just go for the Von Flue. Boom, we got it. He's had enough. One Von Flue down, and on to the next fight.
Ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Now, somehow, I feel like, you know, doing it like that wasn't enough Islam. I feel like he's good at multiple things, so why not use him again, right? Let's get in there for... Let's go for a triangle, right? So with triangles, you're going to want to get to... You honestly want to get to full mount, because full mount, like how Khabib got Gaethje. Now, that is probably your strongest entry. Now, the problem with that is, though, this guy is just throwing, moving forward, and throwing random leg kicks. And I'm trying to do offense and smother him. But this is the type of person where you just blitz. Like, yeah, I can tell what he's doing, but he's either throwing the jab or he's throwing a predictable leg kick. And I don't feel like just holding low block at range. So I'm trying to smother him, get him to throw something wrong, but he's just trying to go boom, boom, boom into a leg kick. Now, he's either using 1-2s or things like that. I'm like, this guy's not that good, so we're going to blitz him. Easiest way to just make a fight go in your favor, trying to make him go low again. There it is, but I wasn't arranged to check it. So once he overextends, we blast it, we turn the takedown down. We know we're going to deny him easily, right? So we get here, we're waiting for a big denial. That's the biggest denial I could get there. Then we get another denial, but for some reason, I thought I was holding R2. I was not, so he basically got a reversal on me. So we're just going to work from here. Know that I have him beat on the grappling. I mean, he's terrible. He's rushing everything. Go there, get the triangle off. Boom. That's one submission down. And since he was rushing so much, it almost one-shot him. That's why people that rush on the ground, you just take advantage of that every single time. Now right here, like I said, we're going for triangles. So we're just going to go for denials here, get into the back mount, and then you're going to throw a punch or something to make them go to full mount so that they just do whatever they want. They go up, boom, denied it, go to triangles again. This fight is over because he has no stamina, can't race it, came from a really strong entry, and if he doesn't race at the right time, which he doesn't like he did, he gets got. Boom. Simple and easy. Now, was the striking that one clean? No, but he was trash, so hey.
Ready to fight?
Once again, another Islam, but the Islam's not me. We switched to Nate Diaz, which means time to see what these 1-2s hitting for. Time to see what a few of these teeps hitting for. Might hit a question mark, might not. But he's throwing 1-2s and just like trying to abuse the hooks. So as soon as I see that and I see the overhand, my eyes lit up like a kid in a candy store. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, I can get block counters off on this guy. So we're teeping and we're throwing 2-shot combinations, right? 1-2, 1-3, 1-3s to the body, or I guess it's not a 3. That might be like a 4 to the body. But the main thing being, you know that you can get this guy to just fire off, right? So right there, you see that he's firing off, and we're just firing block counters. He's still throwing them. He just got block countered 3 times, 4, and he's still throwing the rear hook. So now he's backing up like, oh, he's kind of piecing me off of those. And now he has no block, which he's just backing up. But he tried to overwhelm me, so why not try to overwhelm him back? Immediately go for jab into the rear hook, and then I'm waiting for the lead hand again or the overhand to turn into a block counter. Boom. There's the overhand. I mistimed the block counter, right? So I'm looking for it again, and I start mistiming it. And I'm assuming that he's like going a little bit earlier, and I started spamming it. You can see me like spamming to try and get the block counter back. And what did that get me? Because I wasn't patient. I went too early. He didn't throw it yet. The overhand went over it, and then he landed the hook. It drops me. So now I'm like, okay, lock back in. You were being dumb. So we're going to sit here, and we're going to think about how we do that. So we're going to wait for it to hit our hands. Boom, there's a block counter again. He tries to walk in. You throw the straight because you have really good looping straights. Why would I not wait? Boom. He goes on the lead hand again. We block counter him. And we hurt him. Tried to slap him to be disrespectful. He goes again. We block counter him. And this is also going to open up cuts and swell up people's eyes, which cause doctor stoppages. But we're not looking for that. So we duck the high kick, throw another lead hook, jump on the stack guard. And now I'm just passing niggas guards. Like, that's ridiculous. He tries to go right. We deny it. We jump immediately on the Kimura. He tries to go right again. He tries to turn. When you see that right shoulder go up, that means he went right. So, boom, we deny it. We get the Kimura. So, check Kimura's off the list. Even though it didn't, one-shot him. But check Kimura's off the list. And the next thing you know, boom, we get 2 more denials. There's 41 seconds left. But I'm trying to get something else off. So, I jump on a guillotine. Right, but I don't know why he's spamming so hard. It's just giving me more GA and killing his stamina. So we try to get a guillotine, we get a denial off, but I realize I already have a guillotine. So I'm like, I'm not trying to show you a submission again. So let's just ground and pound him. We get to round number 2 because you're not gonna finish him. I don't believe Nate has that type of finishing ability on his punches. So we start in round 2, right? Here's the crazy part. We're going to hit him with like a 8-piece family bucket and just like crush him. But he's going to quit. He's going to quit. So boom, we pull and uppercut, land to the body all crazy. Jab, lead hook, jump on top. And we're going to get up. We're going to get up because, again, this is a submission video. This isn't a beat your ass and get you out of here video. But he quits. So, hey. On to the next one.
Ready. Good.
Now, if you see me picking Tony, you know exactly what sub I'm about to do. Because we have Darce's left. Why not pick my favorite fighter, the Darce Knight himself, Tony Ferguson. So we go in here, immediately hit him with a crazy combo. And he hit me with a takedown after getting knocked down. And I don't know what happened, but the game almost like quit on itself. Immediately, we get him out of there, right? So we get there, we get a denial, we sweep him, we go to the armbar. He has a stamina disparity. We're looking again. We're just gonna go for it, see if he denies it. He did not. So then, well, I'm like, okay, I'm up an armbar. We only need to land 1 more submission. He starts going for heel hooks. Why? Why on earth would you go for heel hooks? Goes for a get up, and I'm like, okay. So simple work, right? He's going for switches. I realize this isn't a fight on the feet. I can get to his body. I can tag him to the head. But he overextends after I already tagged him to the body, and boom. Immediate double leg. He tried to go to full guard. Immediate denial. And y'all saw the video already where I darce everybody. So immediate 2 denials. Go right here. Boom. One shot him. And that's the video. Darce was the last one. That's my element. Shout out Tony Ferguson. Shout out Darce's. And shout out submissions in this game because we need more submissions in UFC 6. That's the one thing I learned from trying to do this video. This video of doing every sub in the game took me 4 hours to record. I'm not going to lie to y'all because I went to wars with people trying to sub them. But hey, well, it turned to a 20-minute video. So we need more subs. That being said, see you in the next one.